Welcome into Vikings Central. Brett here with you today. Vikings had training camp practice at 2:30 this afternoon. Probably when you're seeing this, it was yesterday afternoon. But anyways, just wanted to kind of talk through that a little bit, and a standout player that keeps showing up at training camp. And it's a really good thing to see, just to see some growth out of him and see where it'll end up on the 53-man roster and maybe even to the point of contributing here this season for the Vikings. Do want to shout out our sponsor real quick. That's Badass Wood Art. Use code VC15 for 15% off your order. Find them over their website. That's badasswoodart.com. And find them at That's Badass Wood Art on any social media. Do also want to shout out our Substack. That's the best way to support us, honestly. If it's a free subscriber, a paid subscriber, or a founding member, we really do appreciate everything. You can see it at the bottom there, substack.com/Viking Central. All right, let's get into the video. Again, thank you for all your support. Find us all on social media. See them there on the left-hand bottom corner there. Just follow us over there and subscribe to us over there as well. All right, let's talk about the Vikings and what I've been seeing. And again, I'm going to focus on just one player here in this video. I'm also going to drop, if it hasn't dropped already, kind of just a note, kind of going through my notes on what happened yesterday at practice, because a lot did happen, and this guy will be mentioned as well in that video. But do want to give some love and talk a little bit about Dwight McGlothern, UDFA last year, out of Arkansas, started his career at LSU. So he's played big-time football at the collegiate level, and obviously now in the NFL. He was a UDFA again last year, made the roster, and really showed some promise. I almost had a pick six in the preseason last year, and that's kind of where I'm going to kind of bring this video and what I kind of think of Dwight McGlothern, because he is a ball hawk cornerback. Third straight day of an interception at training camp. Picked off Sam Howell today, casually went and handed it to Justin Jefferson after the interception. Sounded like they got some laughs over there with that, but he brings that swagger. He's a very confident player, and again, he's a kind of ball hawk. He's always around the ball, sticky in coverage. Does have to work on his tackling a little bit more of a slight frame. I couldn't even find an image from training camp of him. This is last year's, because I think he changed numbers now. He was 47 his rookie year, and I believe he changed. I don't know the exact number this year. I think it might be 29, but he's just been making plays all training camp so far. And if that's the case and that translates to the regular season, it's going to be huge, because we got Byron Murphy Jr., we got Isaiah Rodgers. Jeff Okudah has had a really good camp so far. Mekhi Blackman coming off an ACL injury. And then it's kind of just, a lot of unknown players after that. I talked about Zemaiah Vaughn so far, who's had a really good training camp as well. Another UDFA that's kind of showing out here. And it's just really good to see. I'm sure Brian Flores just loves to see these guys making plays during training camp, but we also need to make sure that transfers over to joint practices, to preseason games. And obviously the ultimate step is that transferring over to the regular season. Week one versus the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football. Are you comfortable putting Dwight McGlothern on the field and guarding those guys, a DJ Moore, a Rome Odunze, a Luther Burden type players? Can you match up with a Cole Kmet if you have to? If you're playing a certain position and have to match up with a tight end or a running back out of the backfield, just to have that versatility, because we know that's very important in a Brian Flores defense. And if Dwight McGlothern can do that, if he's a ball hawk and he's sticking coverage, I think he's going to get snaps. But to be more of that well-rounded player, to really get like a solidified playing time, just need to have that versatility. And I feel like he's adding that to his game as well. If he can do that, that's just a huge step in the right direction for the second-year player, because if he can get on the field in a Brian Flores scheme, that's big, because it does take a lot to get on the field, because you got to retain a lot of information, a lot of moving parts, and Brian Flores' defense. But just want to give some love to Dwight McGlothern. Again, he has had interceptions in back-to-back practices. So it's really good to see the young player showing out. Dwight McGlothern on track to make the 53, but hey, maybe even more, contributing on a Super Bowl contender this year in 2025 for the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you for tuning into this video. God bless. We'll see you in the next one.